Kevin Sumlin, your reputation is going south. Time to win in the weakest division in college football. Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, breaking down schedules across the Power 5. We are looking at all the schedules. We have reviewed them and ranked them, and we're unveiling them 70 all the way up to number 1. The toughest schedule in the country. We've arrived at schedule number 40. Of course, you can help us build the channel by doing your Amazon shopping using the link in the description section below. Also, got to join us on Patreon. So check out Mark Rogers TV on Patreon. We are set to launch live streams each and every week. As soon as we figure out some technical issues, we will be launching live streams on Patreon each and every week, exclusive live streams involving you. More to come on that. And, of course, we have our live streams on Wednesday night, launching on May 29th. Wednesday, May 29th, Florida State at 7 o'clock, Ohio State at 9 o'clock. Exclusive live streams with some of the best bloggers, broadcasters, and writers in the industry. And, of course, analysis from myself. And here's more of it right here. Arizona's schedule. All right, they've got the 3 non-conference games playing in the Pac-12. They've got 9 conference games. They've got a game at Hawaii in Week 0, August 24th. So people gearing up in college football for the big Miami showdown in Orlando with Florida. But on that same day, the Wildcats travel to Hawaii to take on the Rainbows. All right, also Northern Arizona the next week on September 7th, a common opponent for Arizona. And their big Power 5 matchup against Texas Tech, a pretty likely candidate, a marginal Big 12 to take on a marginal Pac-12 team, and a pretty fair matchup right there. Texas Tech going to Tucson to take on Arizona September 14th. So those are the 3 non-conference games, Hawaii, Northern Arizona, and Texas Tech. And again, the Red Raiders have ventured to the Pac-12 and played a number of teams there in recent years. Bye week before opening Pac-12 play against the UCLA in a key conference game, division game at home September 28th. Colorado the next week on the road, October 5th. And then certainly the most difficult stretch of the season for Kevin Sumlin's crew starts October 12th and concludes the last week of October in taking on Washington and then going on the road to USC and Stanford. 3 consecutive weeks for the Wildcats. I don't expect them to win those games. Washington, USC, and Stanford back-to-back-to-back. Then a pretty light touch against Oregon State, a bye week before the closing run against Oregon and Utah. So back-to-back difficult games there for the Wildcats. At Oregon, November 16th, and then Utah on November 23rd. And then, of course, for the Territorial Cup on Friday, November 29th. They've been playing on Fridays as of late. Arizona at Arizona State. So if you're keeping track in the Pac-12, 12 teams, meaning any team in particular has 11 possible opponents. They've got 9 conference games, so you miss 2 teams. So who you miss in the Pac-12 is obviously key to the difficulty of the schedule. For Arizona, they missed 2 pretty good teams in Cal, who finished at 7-6 last year and should be even more improved this year under Justin Wilcox, and Washington State, the team that held the best record in the Pac-12 last season despite not winning the Pac-12 North Division. Arizona's schedule is the 7th most difficult in the Pac-12 out of course, 12 teams. Number 40 out of 70 teams in college football. Would love to hear what you have to say about Arizona's schedule. Also, your record projection. Here's mine. I've got the Wildcats coming up this season at 6-6 against that schedule. That means they're going to go 3-6 with a win over Texas Tech at home. Non-conference 3-6 in the Pac-12, 6-6 overall for the Wildcats as Kevin Sumlin makes it back to postseason play. That's my projection right now. Of course, my final prediction will come sometime in mid to late August right here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Please lock it in right here. Please subscribe. Not only subscribe, but let your family and friends know, your social media acquaintances out there, the people you know that love college football, to get them set for 2019. This is the place to be right here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. We will see you next time with schedule number 39.